What's good, YouTube? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics and dodge and jump through the relationships so you don't drown too. As always, I am just a man just trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. So you guys remember not too long ago, you had your white queen, my white Aryan brothers. Remember Sarah Stock, Crisis King? And she was saying all the shit that you guys like, and she was pretending to be a trad wife. And I say pretending because she wasn't a trad wife, and she didn't need to be protected. I know that it sucks, right? Which is ironic because a lot of you guys don't even like women. But Sarah Stock got caught, and it was found out that Sarah Stock was lying about being a trad wife, and she fucked her boss, Elijah Staffer, on the first day they actually met. And from what we know about Elijah Staffer was married with a woman who had a kid, or had a kid on the way. And Elijah Staffer was caught multiple times cheating. And the stories about this man, this boss of Sarah Stock, was that this man would go to a party, find some chick who was easy, and fuck her like 3 times that night. Didn't know her type shit. My man was a monster. That man was a menace to easy women. And a lot of these women that claim to be on the right. And I'm just going to sit here and say, if you have a woman and she has had any type of contact with Elijah Staffer, the flags are there. That's all I'm going to sit and say on that. But Sarah Stock, when she got caught, before she scrubbed her entire presence off of the internet, which was probably the best fucking move, because when she got caught, she completely disappeared. She left one more gift, and that gift was also destroying Sarah Moody and revealing that Sarah Moody also, who pretends to be a trad wife, and one of the first things that these women do, because these women are all one and the same, the two sides of the same fucking coin. It doesn't matter if a woman claims to be far right or left or far left or democratic socialist. Women are women. And it's not to sit there and say that there's no good women that are in politics or anything like that on either side, just trying to do the right thing that they believe in. But women are women. And the thing is, I've come to this realization that women on the left and women on the right are not that different, right? A woman on the left she will pretend that she's caring and empathetic, and then you find out that she's pretty much fucking evil and selfish and narcissistic. And all the while she will do this weird girl bullshit where she believes that being a whore is empowering. And there's a difference between good whores and bad whores, but that's neither here or there. They believe that being sexually liberated is empowering, while women on the right, far right, they will be brash, be rude, be disgusting, be edgy. They'll put that forward in the forefront. They don't hide the way that they feel or the way that they think about people. But when it comes down to sexuality, they pretend to have chastity or be innocent and pure, right? And again, they're just they're all the fucking same anyway. So let's listen to this message, the last message of Sarah Stock, which exposed Elizabeth Moody cheating on her husband, apparently, or at least breaking the fucking facade, or this mask of Elizabeth Moody that she's a trad wife and all of this shit. Let's get it. Sarah Stock audio confirms Elijah Staffer fucked Elizabeth Moody while her pathetic cuck husband Joshua worked for him, knew every detail, and still calls Elijah his best friend. All these trad influencers are degenerate grifters. For the most part, a lot of them are. Look at Sarah Southern, Tommy Lauren, even though I don't think, what was it? Sarah Southern, Ashley St. Clair, Tommy Lauren to some extent, right? Let's get it.
Yeah, I don't really like them. I don't like Josiah and Isabella.
Have you met them?
Yeah. I'm like on good terms with them, but like they were randomly because
Is he a weirdo? What's his deal?
good terms with them, but like they were randomly beefing with me for no reason, and then they kind of like ended up like apologizing
Mm.
because it was like completely unwarranted and fully like one-sided.
Right.
And so they ended up like apologizing and then pretending to like be like my bestie and stuff. And it's actually kind of weird because well, we're friends with like Trey, who's kind of friends with him, which I don't know if you know who that
No.
Trey was gonna come hang out with like me and at that time he's like my fiance because we're friends with him. And then Trey was gonna come and then like he like brought Josiah with him. And so like Josiah's like been to my house basically
Oh.
one time. Yeah.
Is he a weirdo? What's his deal?
I don't really like his vibe. Like he was basically like acknowledging like, oh yeah, me and Isabel like it's totally grifty. Like we don't really like take it seriously. Like we're just trying to make a bit of money and just like have fun. Like I don't think women should be in politics anyway.
Yeah.
Like kind of, and I'm just like, okay. It's kind of like slob content. I don't know. Like not that that's like a reason I hate him, but I just don't really like his vibe. And I mean it's kind of funny though because he was kind of like shit talking Elijah even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he was even saying someone. I think he was trying to say something about like making some joke about like, well, don't have any freedoms, I'm married now, or something like that. And then he was like, unless you have like an Elijah Schaefer version of marriage or something.
Yeah.
And then he was like laughing and basically like, yeah, he just doesn't even give a shit.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, that guy like confuses. I don't know anything about these people, by the way, except that I know that Elijah has been with Isabel, and Josiah knows. I think he like encouraged it. So like, I know that they like swing and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know how you could still be friends with like a guy that like fucked your wife, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's like really weird.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I always found that weird, and I kind of just wonder if they like have something on each other, too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Josiah was his
That's a
producer.
situation where I totally think they have something on each other.
Yeah, but it's even more than that. It's like they're like in contact all the time, calling each other. They have a friendship,
Yeah.
which is
That's
like,
one of those, I think it's one of his like only friends.
yeah,
Which makes me not really like him, because that's just weird.
right, yeah.
That's just weird. Love you, Sarah Stock. Wherever you are, go fucking trip on a Lego or some shit, fall in the pit hole. But you gotta love it, right? Like, it's funny because she's spilling her guts because she knew that she fucked up. And this is the thing, right? It's like once you actually get to actually see their real character, right? When you actually see their fucking real character come out, they're all disgusting. So this picture right here is Elizabeth Moody, who's married to this guy who apparently they have already admitted multiple times, well, to their friends that they were swingers. And I would just have to sit here and say, if you are supposedly in the right wing space or the conservative space, why would you even bump elbows with these people knowingly? You should be getting away from these people immediately. But this is individual that's behind her is clavicular, and clavicular is only 18, probably 19, probably 18 at the time. This is a grown ass woman, and she went to go hang out and party with this young ass dude, and everybody was saying it. She's trying to fuck this young guy. Everybody was fucking saying it, right? I think that it's funny because even the Groypers was like, they was hush hush. They didn't. They like they. The funny thing is they whenever they Groypers are funny in the sense that they're all over wherever that they get their marching orders from, but they don't ever have lasting power on anything. But it's really funny because they were really silent about that, right? And I was saying it. I was like, there are multiple women in politics or in these spaces that I sit there and I watch them do something and I say, give it time. That's all I say. Give it time. That's it. This is better than the chick who was sitting there emasculating her husband, talking about she misses the dudes that was fucking her with slides and dirty socks, and now she has a man who makes her drinks and built her a fireplace and is putting the kids to sleep and marry you the nerd. And then you find out this chick was fucking dusty dudes. Well, she claims that they're dusty. She claims that they're dusty when she never had a want for anything because she's actually the daughter of D.L. Hughley. She's the fucking daughter of D.L. Hughley, and she's picking dudes with dirty socks and fucking her with Adidas slides on because that's her type. Her type is not her husband, who, by the way, it's again, they're all the same. They're all the same. Either they're good or they're bad. They don't change. They can redeem themselves, but the flags are there, dog. Anyway, trad e-girl Isabella Moody has responded to the Sarah Stock allegations with the following video. Now, I'm gonna just sit here and say this again for those that don't know anything about Elizabeth Moody. Elizabeth Moody is a very disgusting individual. That's all I'm gonna sit here. If you don't know who this woman is, the first time I ran into anything with Elizabeth Moody, it was under a podcast show that I used to watch called Chrissy Meyer. And Chrissy Meyer is like this fucking comedian. And you know, I was trying to expand my the things that I looked at and stuff like this. And I found some of the stuff funny because I always try to give females, you know, you try to give them some leeway as dudes to see if they can hang and whatever, because you know we're still searching for a funny comedian like female who's actually on the mainstream, because there's not many or any. But anyway, she started to bring on a bunch of people on her show that were canceled. And I guess that's good. That's easy views and clicks for her, right? But essentially, I stopped looking at her show, Chrissy Meyer's show, because it became like a Mean Girls Club kind of fucking thing, and she started bringing on like fucking just people who were low key disgusting, right? But pretending that they were. And it's like if you bring on somebody like a fucking Nick Fuentes on a show, and he doesn't immediately say some outrageous shit because he understands optics, right? And so I stopped looking at Chrissy Mayer's show because of that. But let's look at this.
Hello, beta cuck. Loser, nigger, Brad. Wow, you just keep on coming back, don't you?
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna let you.
the reason why that was muted is because she plugged in her Cash App, because apparently she's demonetized on a lot of things, and apparently she's now doing shout outs and shaming dudes. Apparently there's a lot of brown people paying her to humiliate them, kind of like some weird OnlyFans cuck humiliation ritual. And she even admits it that she if it's money she'll do it. I guess I don't know.
You go into me because that's, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna let you go into me because that's absolutely disgusting. But of course, please keep paying me, okay? Because people like me who say their truth online don't ever get monetization on any social media platform. So even though I have a huge Instagram, Twitter, I don't make any money off of it. So I might as well take your freaking loser cuck money. Am I right or am I right? Anyways, you are a nigger. I was gonna say stupid nigger, but obviously that's redundant, and like, we all know that you guys have low IQs, and I just filmed a couple Instagram reels, and gosh, you niggers just keep chimping the F out in public. You guys can't help yourselves. It's disgusting. Keep paying me, and maybe, I don't know. No, I'm not going to promise anything. Just whatever. You stupid nigger, keep wasting your money on this hateful ass bitch. Thanks.
I didn't hear her. I didn't hear her. If that was a response to Sarah Stock basically calling you out for your behavior. Uh, Elizabeth Moody had a very simple plan for establishing a career for herself as a far-right commentator.
As your father figure or a mentor, I want to advise you not to say these things. Fuck you. Literally go F yourself. You're gay. Words don't hurt. Let's stop continuing this narrative. Literally, I cannot stand it. It is so annoying. I'm so thankful that, well, I mean, not that I'm trying to out my dad, okay, because he's told me the things you say are going to make it harder for you to become successful in the career you're trying to be successful in, which I literally said that's fine. That's fine. Like, part of who I am is pushing the boundaries. Don't tell me what I can and cannot say. F you. Literally years ago, I had like a calendar on my wall in my apartment. Josiah can attest to this. And I didn't even have a single plan written down. The only thing I had written down was say nigger more. Like, literally, because at the time...
You know how ridiculous this person is? If you really believe that... Okay, if that's true, that's insane, and that's really sad. But here's the thing. I'll just put it to you like this. When it comes down to these people trying to be edgy or saying the N-word or whatever the fuck it is, right? The saddest thing about this, right, is if they get that action back, They just like how they claim that black people chimp out and all of this shit, and they crash out. They crash out, right? You tell them that they're being replaced and it's their women doing it. They're ready to sit there and talk about we need to take our country back and X, Y, and Z, and they ready to crash out, right? Every group does stupid shit, right? But I've always found it hilarious when you have these fucking, and the thing that's so crazy is the ones that's running these fucking these white supremacist movements. A majority of them are people who don't contribute to society. These are people who are not wanted by women because they either, and it's not because they naturally opted out because they got hurt. A lot of these people are just not fuckable. Like you gotta be like you got listen. It's the saddest thing about it is a lot of women are always gonna choose what they want or what's attractive to them. That's all that they care about, right? Between the three things, status, fame, and money, right? You got looks that comes first. Then you got fucking money, right? And then there's status, right? Status is number one. If a woman gets a woman can be with a guy who's attractive, and she'll still end up fucking with some dude who has money. That's just how it is. But once a woman is stable, once a woman becomes like completely stable, she wants a dude who has some type of status, right? It's always gonna be some type of status. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's never gonna be. It's never gonna be. Oh, I would have to explain that in a separate video, but that's the way I truly feel about it. Is that if we was to put the three 666s, six figures, 6 inches, 6 height, 6 feet, and what is it? 6 figures, 6 feet. There's another one with the six for the 666. If we was to put all of that together, I do truly believe that when it comes down to between the three of them, fame is the thing. Fame and status is the thing that is the main thing that ultimately they will always go towards after they get the other things. You know what I'm saying? So again, I just find this crazy. I find it hilarious that it's so easy for these women to infiltrate these groups, the right, because the right is so fucking desperate for people, or in the far right, they're well. The funny thing is, the far right don't even like women. They don't. Look at what's this chick name? What's her fucking name? The Jew who pretends that she's white and she was in blackface and all she does is the same shit as Elizabeth. They probably, you know what's funny? I guarantee you they don't even like each other. I guarantee you those two chicks don't even like each other because women are women.
So many conservatives were trying to blacklist people and silence people and scare people away from using that word. And not that, like, the more you guys tell me not to use it, the more I want to use it. Okay, and I know finally it's like finally becoming acceptable and trendy, so I'm not going to stop using it.
It's never been acceptable and it's never gonna be fucking. It could be trendy, but it's never acceptable. Just because you heard some low subculture black say it in every other word in there, what they say, or you run into some fucking stupid Mexican who's going around who wants to be white and that's how they talk with that fucking that the ebonics. That's not even ebonics. That's just again, just because you hear other people saying it, it's not being accepted. Now you can try to force it, and you're gonna get a lot of people punched in the face. You're gonna get a lot of people hurt, and that's okay. Listen, it's just because you think that you can force something like that to be accepted, it is what it is. And listen, no one can stop anybody from saying whatever the fuck they want to say, but understand there's consequences for people's actions. That don't. Oh, what? This is what? So if I say this, you gonna do this? That listen. All I gotta sit here and say this: we all knew that this fucking marriage between her and her husband was bullshit. Because listen, there's no way in hell as a guy, you sitting here and you see a bullet point, let's say a bullet point in her mindset. There's no way in fucking hell if this is how she acts,